Rescue Plan, which is putting money in the pockets of people and small businesses who have been hurt by this crisis and helping our society recover in so many different ways. Now, I'm pushing President Biden to forgive $50,000 in student loans, a crushing burden for millions of college graduates around the nation. With a flick of a pen, he could wipe this debt clean and create a brighter future for so many people, including many of you. So, to the class of 2021, my message is simple. Right now, it may feel like the future is uncertain. Many of you may not be sure of what you're going to do next, but what has been true throughout history is just as true today, that even in times of difficulty, there are always new opportunities, new ways of thinking, of doing things a better way. It's natural to fear the unknown. I'm sure many of you do right now. But don't let the harshness of this past year prevent you from seizing new opportunities. They're out there. You just have to keep your eyes open to them. And don't forget, you have incredible assets, a college degree from a great institution, and loving families who will have your back through thick and thin. Our nation is overcoming this pandemic, and we need your help and your courage to rebuild our country even stronger than it was before. Past year has revealed the injustices and prejudices that persist in our society, and we just can't go back to the way things used to be. We must make our society better, and we know we will, because you are our future leaders, and we have faith in you. And so to the Uville College class of 2021, I say once again, congratulations, good luck, Godspeed.
Imagine a season without fans.
A hospital with no visitors.
Imagine the holidays without family.
A graduation with no students. The last semester of any healthcare professional's time in school is one of celebration. You're effectively starting the rest of your life. And so to go from all of those incredibly positive and exciting emotions to then start to hear the breaking news reports of this new virus coming into the US, none of us knew what was really going on until everybody knew that something big had happened. We became nurses overnight. We went from being students to being nurses, and we left our families to go gear up, jump onto the unit, and be there for our patients. I actually don't even feel my words could do justice to the true feeling that so many healthcare professionals felt, especially newly graduated healthcare professionals, who it's supposed to be the time of their life, graduating and being able to have that ceremony and celebrate with their families, didn't get that. They went right from the classroom, skipped graduation, to the field.
When the pandemic hit and everything shut down, I didn't want to go home because I didn't want to potentially expose my family members. I missed, my birthday, all the holidays with my family.
I think a lot of people have felt isolated in these times.
To not be able to see my classmates and my friends and my teachers and my coworkers, and just going home to my little shoebox apartment in downtown Buffalo, I was so crushed.
When we think about how that's kind of put everyone into these little compartments or being stuck at home, it did take a toll on everyone from a mental health perspective.
I love the face-to-face interactions that I have with people. That human connection, you can't replicate that over a screen.
The last year, the community of Buffalo has been longing for hope, something that can unite us all when there's been an invisible virus tearing us apart. The Buffalo Bills did their thing and brought hope back to the community in a way that I had not seen in years.
It was like there wasn't a pandemic anymore. People were just excited that the Bills won and that we had such a great season and we were accomplishing something. We felt like a part of that win.
And to be out there working with my patients in the field, and I'd have a Bills hat on or a lanyard on, there was instantly a glow on their face. They recognized that this is something finally that can unite all of us.
Having something to look forward to like that I think that really got Buffalo through a lot.
We jumped into the field. We did our thing. We're still doing our thing. The Buffalo Bills were on their field doing their thing. We both provided hope to the community of Buffalo.
I think it's very similar, the community that the Bills have fostered with the community that Duville has fostered. Just one where we're all rallying around the same thing. Now that I'm coming up on the end of my program and I'm about to graduate, I feel that same excitement that I felt the night that we won the AFC East.
When I graduated in person, in essence, there was that kind of physical finish line. I counted that as the moment I shook Dr. Como's hand and she gave me my diploma. For me, having another graduation coming up so soon after I've walked across the stage 2 years ago, now potentially not being able to do it in person, kind of feel kind of upset because the energy that you feel when an in-person graduation is a lot different. So when we think about a Bills game, how the stadium's always filled with fans, the cheering, the team is feeling that energy and it empowers them to do better, to get a win, So imagine going from having a Bills stadium full of fans and then having no fans at all. That energy and excitement kind of lapse. And it's the same for graduates crossing that stage to the finish line. That's their finish line. That's their goal in the end. I really want to be there to root for them because they rooted for me to finish my journey with them.
Graduation means so much to me because to have that recognition that I did it and I made it, and all of the work that I've put in and everything that I've done to graduate a year early, to support myself. I want to make my parents proud, and I've worked really hard with them in mind. So to be able to have them there at the end of the day, to see me reach that point and prove them right that, that is the kid that they're proud of, that just means a lot. It means so much to me.
I think having the opportunity, however it were to be presented, to walk across the stage and take pictures with my classmates, albeit still in a socially distanced manner, still would be an incredibly powerful day for so many of my classmates and I. We are looking forward to the future, remembering what we've left behind the past year and sacrificed, but knowing that we now have the opportunity to take graduation from May 2020, December 2020, and bring those dates to the present and really kind of full circle. I don't know how else I would describe it other than saying that would be a true full circle moment for my classmates, for me, for my family. I don't know a group of people that deserve it more. Over the last year, we've climbed this mountain together, and we're all heroes in our own right. While we didn't walk our intended graduation stage, it doesn't mean we can't cross this goal line now, together. Having the opportunity to stand on that field with you would not only be a privilege and an honor, but the memory of a lifetime.
Please welcome William T. Brongart and Tim Demler from the Gordon Highlanders to begin our commencement ceremony in one of Duville's long-standing traditions. Tradition is important, but tonight, look to your left and to your right. It's no doubt a non-traditional type of night. So to enter this grand venue at Highmark Stadium, why not something non-traditional? Please welcome the Bill Stampede. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand. Please welcome the Gonfalon Carriers. Please now welcome our graduating classes of 2020 and 2021. We now welcome the faculty and staff of DUville. Please welcome our stage party. Please welcome President of DUville, Dr. Lori Clemo.
Good evening and exercises. My name is Barno, and I am the Chief Marshal for today's exercises. I'm honored and excited to welcome all of you, our distinguished guests, trustees, alumni, colleagues and friends, faculty and staff, graduates and families, to this very special ceremony. I'm most pleased to welcome not only the class of 2021, but also members of the class of 2020. They have returned to partake in a long-awaited celebration. The mace I carry is a symbol of the governing authority of Dieuville and of its tradition. The past 14 months, however, have been far from traditional. So perhaps it is fitting that today I welcome you as we celebrate in a non-traditional way, in a stadium, rather than an auditorium wearing masks in addition to robes. On behalf of the faculty, we offer our congratulations for your achievements made all the more extraordinary through your perseverance and resilience. President Clemo, by authorization of the Board of Trustees and the college faculty, I declare the 2021 May commencement exercises of Dieuville College to be in session.
Please be seated. Thank you, John, and good evening to Dr. Barno. On behalf of the entire Dieuville family, I would like to express my sincere gratitude to your many years of exemplary service and dedication to Dieuville College, and for serving as our Chief Marshal as part of your role. Your commitment to Dieuville is inspiring and commendable. Everyone, please join me in a round of applause to acknowledge Dr. Abarno. Now, in recognition for your decades of service to Dieuville, we invite you at this, your final Dieuville commencement, to please simply enjoy this commencement ceremony as our honored guest, John. We will see you at the close of the commencement.
Thank you.
And now, to guide us through our commencement program this evening, and fitting of our current location here at Highmark Stadium, I am pleased to welcome and introduce someone who will be familiar to every Western New Yorker, the voice of the Buffalo Bills, John Murphy.
Thank you. Welcome to Highmark Stadium, formerly Bill Stadium, formerly New Era Field, formerly Ralph Wilson Stadium, formerly Rich Stadium, formerly Dunn Tire Park, formerly Coca-Cola. No, I'm off track there. Welcome to Highmark Stadium. It is Highmark Stadium, and welcome. It's great to have you guys here tonight. In the words of the legendary Hall of Fame Bills football coach Marv Levy, where would you rather be than right here, right now? I spend a lot of time here. We do Bills games on the radio here. Our broadcast booth is almost directly opposite here, right above section 132, the number 132. That's where we call the game from. It is a great place to work from. It's among the best stadiums in the country, the best vantage point for us, the best look at the field. It's spectacular. And this place, in its own way, is spectacular. Erected in 1973. I was here for the first ever preseason game, 1973. I'm excited to be here tonight to join you for this special occasion. Not only to be on the field, the same field that hosts the AFC East champion Buffalo Bills, but for the Super Bowl Bills that came before them, and for so many other amazing events. The very first NHL Winter Classic, the Ice Bowl, played right on this surface. Concerts by some of the biggest artists of the last 50 years, including The Who, The Rolling Stones, U2, One Direction. I saw my first concert ever. I sat back behind me here and saw Crosby, Stills, Nash & Young in 1973, 74. Anybody ever heard of Crosby, Stills, Nash & Young? Your parents have. You guys may not have. Anybody tailgate before they walked in today? Show of hands. Good. Good. This is an important tailgating venue, football venue. It's important to tailgate. I encourage you to tailgate after tonight's event as well. Tailgating is an important part of what we do here in Buffalo. A quick tailgate story has nothing to do with this place. About 10 years or so, my father was very ill in intensive care at Mount St. Mary's Hospital in Lewiston. My brothers and sisters and I were taking turns being with them overnight. And I went up after work one night, 11:30, to relieve my brother who'd been there since 6 or 7. And I pull in the driveway, and he's got his car parked there with the tailgate open, and he's got a grill, and he's hitting beers. And I said, "Man, what are you doing?" He said, "I'm tailgating," of course. At his own father's hospital room, we tailgated there. Tailgating is important, and I encourage you to do it. I hope you get a chance to do that before you leave here tonight. Today, we are here to honor you, Duville graduates. We've got an exciting evening planned for you, some surprises along the way. Most of all, though, we're here to celebrate your achievements as you finish this leg of your academic journey. You face more struggles than anyone on the way here, more than anyone could have imagined. You earned your degrees in the face of all those struggles. So today, enjoy yourselves. Take pride in what you've accomplished. You've earned this celebration. I'd like to introduce to you the folks up here on stage at this point. I ask when your name is called, if you just be stand and recognized. You've already heard from her, but Dr. Lori Clemo, the president of Duville, is up here with us. Ms. Sherry McDonough, Chief Executive Officer of the Boys and Girls Club of Buffalo, with us up here on stage. Dr. Catherine Collins, Regent for the New York State Education Department, is with us. Dr. Collins. Mr. Jamel Perkins, Chair of the Board of Trustees for Duville College, right over here. Mr. Joseph Cazzo, Vice Chair of the Board of Trustees. Dr. Dolores Gaeta Presnia, alumna from 1970 and 2014, and the Secretary of the Board of Trustees, right behind me here. Mr. Todd Porter from the class of 12, President of the Alumni Association. And Dr. Giorita Frierson, Interim Vice President of Academic Affairs, Dean of the School of Arts, Science, and Education, right over here. In addition to Dr. Frierson, we welcome the academic leadership this evening. Dr. Deborah Garrison, Interim Dean of the Patricia H. Garman School of Nursing, Dr. Canyo Marasco, Dean of the School of Pharmacy, and Dr. Lisa Ralphison, Dean of the School of Health Professions. We would like to also recognize the marshals for today's commencement. You've already heard from him, but Dr. Joseph Abarno, whom we just heard from, Chief Marshal, Professor of Philosophy. Dr. Abarno, where'd he go? Got the mace. And also Dr. Craig Tyson, Event Marshal, Faculty Senator, and Associate Professor of Religious Studies. Marshals for today's commencement. And we would like to take this time to recognize today's Gonfalon carriers. Dr. John Fisher, Assistant Professor of Biology, representing the School of Arts, Sciences, and Education. Dr. Nahid Ali Saeed, Assistant Professor and Clinic Coordinator of Nutrition and Dietetics, representing the School of Health Professions. Dr. Connie Joswiak Shields, Clinical Associate Professor, representing the Patricia H. Garman School of Nursing. And Dr. Robert Leopold, Associate Dean of Experiential Education and Pharmacy Practice Chair, representing the School of Pharmacy. Thank you all. At this time, I'd like to invite Mr. Jamel Perkins, Chair of the Duville Board of Trustees, to come to the podium to deliver our invocation.
Thank you, John. It was an absolute pleasure to be on the same stage as you. I've heard your voice so many times over the years watching football games. So before I share the invocation, may I just offer a congratulations to the class of 2020 and 2021 on behalf of the Board of Trustees. We value each and every one of you. You are why I and my fellow trustees serve on the board and why we serve Duville so proudly with such enthusiasm. After everything you have endured over the past year plus, we hope today's special celebration will help you complete your Duville journey on a high note. Now let us pray. Good and gracious God, we thank you for bringing us together on this special day. We thank you for the courage and foresight that guided the Grey Nuns when they founded Duville more than a century ago. As we gather today, let us remember their sacrifices and gifts of those who followed in their footsteps to help Duville remain as a vital and thriving institution whose graduates make a difference in their communities. On behalf of our graduates, we thank you for the gift of wisdom which has blessed them as they pursued their degrees. Thank you for the gift of perseverance. Held them through a long, difficult, unprecedented year. Thank you for the gift of purpose, which guided our graduates as they stayed true to realizing their dreams and their goals. Loving God, may you continue to bless our graduates with the strength to care for others unselfishly, the courage to stand up for the truth and justice, and the knowledge to respect the diversity of humankind. May your grace guide them to the light for others as they live out the mission of our patron, Saint Marguerite de Youville. We must never refuse to serve. Amen.
And I would like to ask Brandon Absher and Kyla Villaroya to join us on stage. They're going to present the Land Acknowledgement Statement, which honors and recognizes the indigenous people who originally stewarded and continued to live on this land.
I would like to begin by acknowledging that we are on the land of indigenous people. Traditionally, these lands were home to many nations, including the Neutral, Erie, Winrow, Huron, and other peoples. Today, these lands are still regarded as being the traditional homelands of the Seneca and other Haudenosaunee peoples. We respect the treaty rights of the Six Nations, the Seneca, Mohawk, Cayuga, Onondaga, Oneida, and Tuscarora, and the obligation of the United States and New York governments and American society to adhere to them.
We honor the legacy of the many ancestors and elders who made this land their home and infused it with their spirit for thousands of years. We also honor the original peoples who remain on the ancestral homelands of Turtle Island and who have survived centuries of colonialism, genocide, and land theft. Finally, we honor those who are not here, but who might have been were it not for this history of violence. With hearts and minds focused on healing and truth, we remember the powerful example of democracy and federalism set by the Haudenosaunee, embodied in the Great Law of Peace. Through this inspiration, we commit ourselves to advocate for inclusion and restitution for past atrocities. May we all aspire to a world of reconciliation, guided by the example of the Haudenosaunee themselves, so that our weapons of war are buried forever and mutual respect and equality prevail among all peoples and nations. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Kyla and Brandon. At this point, I'd like to now invite everyone to please stand for the presentation of the colors by the Buffalo Police Honor Guard and the singing of the Canadian and American national anthems.
Honor Guard, attention, hey! Port arms, raise the colors. Forward march. Mark time, march. Pinwheel, march. Detail, halt.
O Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love from all thy sons command. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, the true north, strong and free. From far and wide, O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God, keep our land glorious and free. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleam, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
The flyover by Mercy Flight. We'd like to thank Mercy Flight for performing the flyover today, which we planned as a special thank you. First, for all the healthcare workers and first responders with us today, including our graduates, students, families, and friends, thank you for your selfless service. Second, to all of our veterans, active military personnel, military-aligned graduates and families, anyone else joining us today, your tremendous sacrifice on behalf of all of us is so much appreciated. Please join me now, a round of applause to thank our healthcare workers and military personnel for their service. You may be seated. We'd also like to thank the Buffalo Honor Guard and our anthem singers who joined us for the celebration. We have another special surprise for you. Joining us tonight to sing the Juville alma mater is local singing sensation Cammie Clune, who wowed the judges on NBC's The Voice. Cammie plans to release an EP this summer and just released her second single, I Put a Spell on You, 2 days ago. Please welcome Cammie Clune to the stage.
Duville alma mater, a song we raise to thee, a song of love, a song of praise, a song of loyalty. We love your gracious, kindly ways. We praise your spirit high. Our loyalty to your fair name will never fade or die. When we shall leave your sheltering arms, your ivy-covered walls, our spirits shall return again to walk your quiet halls. Your teaching shall remain with us, although all else departs. And red and white, our colors bloom like roses in our hearts. And red and white, your colors bloom like roses in our hearts.
Thank you, Cammie Clune, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, Cammie. Before we begin conferring degrees, we have a few more special guests who'd like to offer their congratulations to our Duville graduates. Please welcome State Senator Tim Kennedy. Senator Kennedy is a 1999 graduate of Duville, the son of 1968 graduate and faculty member Mary Catherine Kennedy. He is a great supporter of Duville and was instrumental in helping the university receive a major state grant for construction of the new Health Professions Hub. State Senator Tim Kennedy. Senator.
Good evening, everyone. I want to thank John Murphy for that great introduction. First and foremost, congratulations, graduates. You did it, you made it, you're here. Congratulations to all of you, your parents, your families. Congratulations to Dr. Clemo and all of Duville College's extraordinary leaders for making this happen today here at Highmark Stadium. As John Murphy mentioned, we have something in common. I'm a Duville College graduate myself, the class of 1999, 22 years ago. That makes me feel very, very old as I stand here in front of all of you. You know, I was blessed to get my education at Duville, getting my degree as an occupational therapist. So OTs are in the house. Well, I married a physical therapist. We got any PTs in the house? We worked with the PAs and the dietitians and teachers and all the other incredible graduates that all the professions that Duville serves. You know, as healthcare workers, we have a very special place in society, especially here today as we fight back on the COVID-19 pandemic. And I know all of you know already that you're about to hit the front lines. And it's now that we need people like you out on the front lines. And, you know, my work in healthcare before I got into government was never a foregone conclusion. You know, when I was in high school thinking about what I wanted to do with my life, I knew there was one prerequisite for what college I wanted to go to. And that's that I knew I had to go to a school where I could party. And I got accepted to 4 different colleges and universities, and I was well on my way to establishing my partying dreams. And then it came in the mail, my acceptance letter to Duville College, and it was great, great news for my mother, who had graduated from Duville about 35 years earlier. And it was at her urging that I had sent in the application to Duville and gotten accepted. Some of you may know my mother, as John had mentioned, Mary Catherine Kennedy, graduated in 1967. She taught some of you that are graduating from the nursing program here today. She graduated just over 50 years ago. But I'll tell you what, as usual, my mother was right. And it taught me a number of different lessons in life. Number 1, to listen to your mother. Number 2, no matter how many twists and turns our lives may take, you have to be true to yourself, true to your family, true to your values, and always put other people before yourself. And I know, because you're graduating here today, you have been instilled with those values at Duville College. In the various professions that you've gone into, the base root of every single profession that's taught at Duville College is about one thing they all have in common, and that's helping people. Simply helping people, putting other people before ourselves. And so it was shortly after graduating from Duville, working as an occupational therapist. As I already mentioned, I met my wife, who's working as a physical therapist. I owe so much of my life and the things and the work that has transformed my life to the education that I received at Duville College, and you will too. You will always look back fondly on this day as you graduate from this extraordinary institution. You'll always remember, not just because you're outside at Highmark Stadium, under the sun, under the lights, the home of the future world champion Buffalo Bills, but most importantly, because you're going out there in the workforce to change lives, to help others. You know, my work in healthcare, I've seen lives transformed. I've seen miracles worked. I've seen kids come to me as an occupational therapist. They couldn't talk. They couldn't think for themselves in some cases, that were totally dependent, go on to live lives entirely independent. I've seen people in subacute rehab settings come in from the greatest generation that were totally dependent, again, return home to their families independent. So you are miracle workers, and you are off to set foot today to change the world. I congratulate each and every one of you. It is truly an honor to be here in your presence today, and I look forward to seeing you out in the world, in the community. I'm always here, and I'll always have a door open if you ever need me in my office, especially for you Duville grads. You will always be a priority, but especially as you go on to change the world, know that you have a friend here in the New York State Senate. Congratulations, and thank you for all that you do already and what the mark you're going to make on the world.
Thank you, Senator Kennedy. Now would you please welcome Assemblymember Jonathan Rivera to the stage. Assemblyman Rivera is a lifelong resident of Duville's West Side neighborhood. He's worked tirelessly to promote the area through his roles in both the public and private sectors. Please welcome Assemblymember Jonathan Rivera.
Thank you. Thank you to the faculty. Thank you to all of you for allowing me to be here on this amazing day in this beautiful weather in this beautiful stadium. To be able to share this memory with you is something that's going to stick with me forever. And I say that in part for two reasons. One, because I'm such a believer in education, but two, because this is the first time I've ever addressed a college crowd on my own. I've been an assemblyman for all of 5 months, and it's an amazing and overwhelming, but often an joyous thing to pursue. And, I'll leave you with just one thought, and I won't take your day up. Whenever I have the opportunity to speak, I always think about my favorite speech, and it fits well here. In 1960, John F. Kennedy addressed Rice University, and he talked about going to the moon. He talked about going to the moon for a lot of reasons. But my favorite part about that speech is he didn't just say we're going to go to the moon because we can, because we're America, because we're proud. Just as much as I'm not going to stand here in front of you and saying that you should be proud and you should be excited because you're graduating today. The best part about that speech was the line right after. He says, we're going to go to the moon and we're going to do the other thing. Then he says, we're going to do this, not because it's easy, but because it is hard. You pursued this education, this challenge, this feat, especially in this time of uncertainty and chaos, not because it was easy, but because it was hard. Because you knew that it was a sacrifice that you were going to pay, that your families would pay, but you pursued it. Not because it was easy, but because it was hard. Because it's the things in life that are hard that make us who we are. Whether it's an election, whether it's a graduation, whether it's your wedding day, or whether it's the birth of your first child, remember the moments, because there's going to be more challenges ahead of you, but guaranteed that those challenges are going to make you the person that you're meant to be. So thank you for allowing me to be here on this day. Thank you and congratulations, and give yourself a round of applause for your work. Thank you.
Thank you, Assemblymember Rivera. Well, this year, the president of D'Youville College is authorized to confer an honorary degree upon the following candidate in recognition of notable achievement in her field. Ms. Sherry McDonough, Chief Executive Officer of the Boys and Girls Clubs of Buffalo. Sherry McDonough will be escorted by Jamel Perkins, Chair of the D'Youville Board of Trustees, and New York State Regent Dr. Catherine Collins. And Sherry McDonough will be presented by Joseph Cazzo, Vice Chair of the D'Youville College Board of Trustees.
I am pleased to welcome Sherry McDonough, CEO of the Boys and Girls Clubs of Buffalo. Sherry McDonough, come join, has dedicated her life to helping others. She has served in leadership roles at numerous Western New York institutions, including Catholic Health, the Buffalo Philharmonic Orchestra, Aquarium Niagara, March of Dimes, and the American Heart Association. As a development professional, she has raised funds and run special events that are vital to the financial health of nonprofit organizations throughout the area. At Catholic Health, she ran campaigns which raised millions of dollars to fund new emergency departments at both St. Joe's Hospital and Kenmore Mercy, so patients could be treated in a state-of-the-art setting. She enrolled in D'Youville's advanced program for adult learners and non-traditional students and received her business degree in 2016 while continuing to work full-time. She is currently CEO of the Boys and Girls Clubs of Buffalo, which serves more than 3,000 intercity youth, and the Western New York Collaborative of Boys and Girls Clubs, which coordinates the efforts of 12 different boys and girls clubs throughout the area. I now invite Trustee Joseph Coso to read the citation.
Thank you, Dr. Clemo. Sherry McDonough has spent more than 30 years helping organizations in Western New York reach their goals. A passionate and motivated leader, her career demonstrates her dedication to causes that help others, whether in healthcare, community service, or the arts. Sherry launched her not-for-profit career at the Buffalo offices of the American Heart Association in 1989, after being recruited from a previous position by the executive director, who recognized her leadership potential. Despite initially having little experience in the field, Sherry quickly stepped up to the plate, doubling the funds raised in just 4 years. In addition to managing volunteers and serving as the organization's spokesperson. She followed this experience with leadership positions at the March of Dimes in Rochester, and then at the Aquarium of Niagara, where she implemented the first annual fund program and oversaw a major facility renovation project that helped stabilize the beloved institution, which was in danger of closing. After several successful years as an associate vice president at an executive search firm, Sherry returned to the not-for-profit sector in 2000 to work for another beloved Western New York institution, the Buffalo Philharmonic Orchestra. Once again, she helped advance the organization through several different leadership roles, including Director of Project Planning and Services and Director of Development. Her position with the BPO not only resulted in many more accomplishments for her resume, but she also brought personal happiness, as that's where Sherry met her future husband, the orchestra's principal trumpet, Alex Jokapai. Sherry made the shift back into healthcare in 2004, working for the Catholic Health as executive director for the St. Joseph Hospital Foundation, and then the Kenmore Mercy Foundation. Once again, Sherry proved to be a dynamic and successful leader, as she raised more than $1.3 million for a new emergency department at St. Joe's, exceeding the campaign goal. At Kenmore Mercy, she directed another emergency department campaign for $1.2 million and oversaw between 5% and 7% annual revenue growth while not increasing expenses. It was during her tenure at Catholic Health that Sherry decided to pursue a dream that she held for many years, to receive her college degree. She chose Dewville College for this journey and enrolled in the advanced program for adults to study business management. She somehow managed to go to school for 3 years full-time at night, while also working full-time during the day. Not only that, but she held a 4.0 average for the majority of the program and received the OWL Award for older, wiser learners in recognition of her academic success. Since 2015, Sherry has served as Chief Executive Officer of Boys and Girls Clubs of Buffalo, overseeing a staff of 140 and leading a culture change which helped lift the struggling organization back to financial health. The Boys and Girls Clubs serve more than 3,000 inner city youth each year in 11 clubhouses throughout Buffalo. In 2018, with the support of a $5 million grant from First Niagara Foundation and the Ralph C. Wilson Jr. Foundation, Sherry was asked to lead the Western New York Collaborative of Boys and Girls Clubs, where as CEO, she coordinates the efforts of 12 different not-for-profit organizations to provide academic support and high-quality after-school and summer services across Western New York to those who need them most. Today, we recognize Sherry McDonough for her commitment to her community, her visionary leadership, and her dedication to serving others. Dewville College is honored to bestow on her the degree of Doctor of Humane Letters, honoris causa, presented this 16th day of May in the year of our Lord 2021 in Buffalo, New York.
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of Dewville College and the Regents of the University of the State of New York, I do hereby confer upon you the degree of Doctor of Humane Letters, honoris causa, with all the rights, privileges, and honors pertaining thereunto. In testimony thereof, I give you this diploma signed and authorized by the Board of Trustees and bearing the corporate seal of DeUville College. I ask that you be invested with the hood signifying this degree. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my distinct honor and privilege to welcome Dr. Sherry McDonough to the podium.
Thank you so much. Wow. I wasn't nervous at all until now. What an honor. What an amazing day. President Clemo, board members and trustees, honored guests, faculty, staff, and graduates of DeUville. Good evening. Thank you for this wonderful opportunity to address the classes of 2021 and 2020 at this incredibly special commencement ceremony. As a young person graduating high school, I didn't believe attending college was in my future. And I certainly didn't think I would be delivering a commencement address, especially at the home of our beloved Buffalo Bills. It truly shows you that anything is possible. I got where I am today because someone believed in me and someone took a chance on me. I am the only one in my immediate family to graduate from college, and we experienced many financial difficulties as I was a child. My mom, who is here today, never had the opportunity to finish high school. She had to leave school in 9th grade to help her parents on the farm. Suddenly, as a young woman in her 20s, she found herself a single mother of 3 young girls. She often worked 3 jobs, sometimes around the clock, just so that we wouldn't lose our house, a house she still lives in today at 81 years old, and her home is still her pride and joy. I know my mom is also immensely proud of my accomplishments, and she probably also thought going to college was never in the cards for me. Even though we struggled and times were often very hard, my sisters and I always knew that no matter what, we were loved. My mom showed us by example why having an exceptional work ethic is so important. She taught us from an early age not to depend on anyone else for your happiness or to rely on someone else to provide for you. We learned from her that we were responsible for our own happiness. Any successes we enjoyed was because we earned it. I think it was these qualities that appealed to the CEO of the American Heart Association when she recruited me to work for her in her Western New York office. Why else would she ask a hairstylist, which I was at the time, who had no business or nonprofit experience, to become the division director running events and fundraising activities at her organization? She saw that I had excellent people skills combined with a strong work ethic and a drive to succeed, and that's what mattered the most. As you may have noticed from my introduction, I found my true calling and fell in love with the nonprofit sector. I kept moving up from the Heart Association to the March of Dimes, to the Aquarium of Niagara, to the Buffalo Philharmonic, where I did meet and fall in love and marry the principal trumpet player, who not only is one of the world's best trumpeters, but the absolute world's best husband. But I'm going to tell you a little secret. I've never said this out loud before, so please don't tell anyone. As I was recruited to these positions in each of my work experience, not one of them ever asked me about my college degree. Isn't that crazy? And if you know anything about working in nonprofit, you know that there's no such thing as a 40-hour work week. So why did I decide in my 50s, during a successful career as an executive director and a CEO, to go back to school and earn my business degree? Why subject myself to a full-time class schedule, going to school at night, often until 10 p.m., while working a full-time job during the day? Why work so hard to get a degree that many people thought I didn't need? I'll tell you why. For me, I am responsible for my own happiness. I chose to get a degree not because it was something I thought I needed, not because it was something, but because it was something that I thought I deserved. I hope you all believe that you deserve the degrees you receive today. And remember, not everyone gets this opportunity. But you did. You put in the hard work, so you deserve to be very proud of your accomplishments. Before I completed my degree, I was recruited to serve as a CEO for the Boys and Girls Clubs of Buffalo, and it was like I had come full circle. From being a child who faced a lot of obstacles, to helping an organization with a service mission of helping kids who were a lot like me. 78% of them come from single-parent homes like I did. Many come from homes that are financially strapped, and many of them are lacking strong adult influences in their lives. Each day, I am so honored to have some small part in shaping the lives of the young people that we serve. I knew DeUville was the right place for me to pursue my degree because of its focus on the model of St. Marguerite DeUville. We must never refuse to serve. Throughout my career, I worked in development for nonprofit organizations whose main goal was service. I raised funds to help find cures for diseases. I supported one of Western New York's crown jewels, the Buffalo Philharmonic. I led campaigns that helped build 2 new emergency rooms at Catholic Health. And I still today believe there is no higher calling than being in service to others. For those of you graduating with degrees in nursing and in healthcare, I salute you. From my 11 years working at St. Joseph Hospital and Kenmore Mercy Hospital, I know it takes a special type of person in the medical field. As we all witnessed through the COVID-19 pandemic, here at home and at cities around the world, healthcare professionals are the heart of our community. In my opinion, nurses are truly angels that walk among us. Anyone who can save lives or care for others, whether you're a therapist, a chiropractor, or a pharmacist, deserves to be recognized for their selfless service. And for those of you earning degrees in liberal arts or like me in business, if healthcare professionals are the heart of our community, you are the very soul. You will be our leaders, running businesses, participating in government, leading change, making decisions, and doing your own part to serve people and society. My many years of experience in nonprofit industry has shown me that it's people like you that will truly build and support our community. I think of the well-known Buffalo families who are remembered not only for their business success, but for their philanthropic hearts. Names such as Kessler, Bauer, Montante, and Dobson, names you see on the DeUville campus every single day. You don't have to be wealthy to have a philanthropic heart. There is no community like Buffalo when it comes to giving and helping others. We are known for our generosity, which we all witnessed in the amazing fundraising efforts by the Bills Mafia over the past year. When Lamar Jackson obtained an injury while playing the Buffalo Bills right here in this stadium, members of the Bills Mafia started raising funds for his favorite charity called Blessings in a Backpack. The response was overwhelming, and $500,000 was raised from Buffalo fans. In turn, the nonprofit decided to give Boys and Girls Clubs in Western New York snacks for our kids to take home every Friday so that there was no chance they would be hungry over the weekend. Giving and serving others is in our blood. It's who we are. The Buffalo Bills organization is no exception. Many of the players are proud supporters of the Boys and Girls Clubs of Buffalo.
We know firsthand the type of work that you guys do and the type of passion that you guys do it with.
Congratulations, graduates.
As you take the next steps in your journey, please remember, your contributions don't have to be financial. You can contribute your time or your talent. Serve on a board, work on a committee, volunteer for an organization that you believe in. Help someone less fortunate. Now that you have your degree, lend a helping hand and mentor someone who may be just starting their journey to a college degree. My journey may look a lot different than some of yours. The traditional path is to go to high school, then to college, and then launch your career. But every non-traditional student has their own story. Many wait to start college for financial reasons. Others have family obligations. Others may be dealing with health problems. Some delayed starting college because they served our country in the military. And you have my sincere gratitude for your service. Even though the journey for non-traditional students looks different, the end result is the same. The sense of accomplishment is profound. Just remember that whatever your pathway, traditional or non-traditional, you are the architect of your own future. No matter what your past, your future is yours to design. As you go out and you build your own happiness, I have one request of each of you. Please do everything that you can each and every day to leave this world better than you found it. Thank you for sharing this day with me, and congratulations, class of 2021 and 2020.
Congratulations, Dr. McDonough, and thank you for your thoughtful comments and the time you spent with us today. I am now pleased to introduce Eric Nowak, a 2020 graduate from the Department of Nutrition and Dietetics. Eric is going to offer the student address. Eric Nowak.
Thank you. Good evening. Congratulations, graduates. We did it. It took some of us longer than others, but I'm not going to make any old age jokes. I mean, just the fact that I'm here on earth is nothing short of a miracle. Today, I am very much alive, considering once I barely existed. I realized the great purpose of life is a life of purpose. You are the creator of your own destiny. Ladies and gentlemen, I have been dreaming of this day for so long. It is a great honor to be here, a surreal moment. I was destined to stand in front of you today. For over 2 years now, I have had a burning desire to share my experience with you in hopes that you will come to understand that no matter what obstacles are thrown your way, you can never give up. Where I am today compels me to share a brief history. I was born and raised Roman Catholic with strong Polish heritage and orientation to family right here in Buffalo. Growing up without LGBT support networks, my early adult life was a major struggle. Upon graduating from high school, weighing 350 pounds, I struggled to be accepted. I began experimenting with controlled substances, and I immediately found myself addicted to drugs. Because addiction had control of me, college was no longer a priority, and I stopped going. In the height of my drug use, my mother thought she had lost her son forever. She would stare out the front window until all hours of the night, praying that I would come home alive. In 2009, after a 12-year drugging career, I was barely existing, much less alive. I weighed 165 pounds soaking wet, and I sought medical and professional treatment. I am delighted to say that with the help of my family and the grace of God, I have been clean ever since. 2 painstaking years into recovery, I was clean, but I was not healthy. I was not alive. I was smoking cigarettes, unhealthy eating, and no exercise resulted in regaining back to 320 pounds. The birth of my niece Lydia in 2011 was the epiphany I needed to commit to a lifelong lifestyle change. Since then, eating nutritiously and running daily, I've lost over 140 pounds and run 4 miles every morning. It was then I realized that nutrition was my passion. In 2014, after years in corporate America, I was laid off. It was a blessing in disguise to fulfill my purpose in life. Seeking only a 2-year degree because of a past track record, I landed at Erie Community College, where I was inspired by a DeUville faculty member to continue my education. I was greeted by Dr. Megan Whalen, current DeUville Dietetics Chairman, who stated, and I quote, "DeUville wants you." It was then I had my heart set on DeUville. As a transfer student, new on campus, and clearly a non-traditional student, college had its challenges. At an orientation, I heard a speech describing both the missions of the Grey Nuns in general and that of DeUville's founder, Saint Marguerite DeUville. At that moment, I knew I shared the same mission to live a productive, responsible, and compassionate life. I was destined for DeUville. After missing out on living over a decade of life, I made it my mission to live life to the fullest and to be fully alive. Getting involved gave me life. My story may be inspirational, yet, humbly, I have been inspired to pursue excellence by all of you. Therefore, on behalf of the class of 2020 and 2021, I would like to thank everyone who has inspired us and that makes DeUville great. Our honored guests, we thank you for celebrating this day with us. The Board of Trustees, we thank you for your wisdom and vision. To the administration for your godly oversight and support. I have been inspired as I sat on the Senate and various committees, revive and rebranded the Pride Alliance as the president, and joined Dr. Clemo at her home to discuss campus diversity. To the faculty who inspire us with their expertise, they give their all every day, laboring to provide us with a tremendous education and pushing us to do our best, all the while taking the extra time to build relationships with us that for some will last a lifetime. The staff inspires us by working tirelessly, coordinating our lives and events while supporting us and the faculty. To the maintenance staff, who efficiently runs the campus, beautifying the space we come to learn in every day, we thank you. To each member of each family whose support, dedication, and sacrifice has not been overlooked, we thank you. Especially the parents and guardians who have paid for and supported us through our education, we thank you and we love you. To the traditional graduates, regardless of my age, you genuinely welcomed me. From the first day we met, I reflected on where I was at your age, and I was instantly inspired by you. To non-traditional graduates who are full-time students, full-time employees, and full-time parents all at the same time, unbelievable. DeUville students do lead productive, responsible, and compassionate lives. I witnessed this firsthand. I was inspired during the countless hours we spent in the weekend labs studying bones, right, Nick? Studying living abroad in Greece and again in Ireland. Service work with Rev Jan and Debbie in New Orleans and Puerto Rico. And volunteering with cohorts over the summer as a student diabetes educator at YMCA Camp Fitch. I have watched you grow into the ladies and gentlemen you have become, and because of you, I have changed for the better. Blood, sweat, and tears have bonded us for life. You are all smart and sophisticated people. You know the world in a way my generation never did. And because of that, I realize that I don't have much advice to give you. In many ways, I've learned from you. I have some answers, but mostly questions, specifically when I'm using Snapchat, that little ghost with the black dots. What does that do? My fellow graduates, thank you. I will leave you with one final thought. Live your life alive. Destiny is not a matter of chance. It is a matter of choice. It is not a thing to be waited for. It is a thing to be achieved. You have all achieved a huge milestone in your destiny. And as I stand here today on the eve of my 42nd birthday, I ask you to ask yourself, is it by choice or chance? I celebrate with you and your families your achievements as you go into the world to write your own destiny. Remember, no matter what happens in life, as my grandfather would say, ne daije, never give up. Pursue your passions, become involved, pray in your soul, and give your heart to humanity, never refusing to serve. It is never too late to set another goal or to dream a new dream. As Walt Disney said, if you can dream it, you can do it. Watch out, world, here we come. Love you, Mom.
Thank you, Eric, for your reflections and your insights, and congratulations to you. It is now time for the degrees to be conferred. Yeah. You know, in a typical year, we would ask that out of respect for all graduates and their families, we would ask that the audience hold their applause and cheering until all the candidates have received their diplomas. But this year, here we are at Highmark Stadium. Cheering is encouraged here. Cheering is sometimes out of bounds here. So we encourage you, if you feel inspired to give a shout out to your graduate, go ahead. If you want to sing the shout song, go ahead. If you'd like to rip off your t-shirt and wave it in the air, go ahead. This is Highmark Stadium. That kind of behavior is encouraged here. I would ask Dr. Girita Frierson, Interim Vice President for Academic Affairs, to present the candidates for degrees, and President Lori Clemo to confer the degrees. President Clemo and Dr. Frierson.
President Clemo, it is my privilege to report to you that the candidates assembled here have qualified in all respects for their degrees by successfully completing curricula offered by the departments of DeUville College and have been recommended by the faculty and board of trustees to be awarded appropriate degrees in recognition of their academic achievements. I am pleased to present the candidates hereinafter to be named who have qualified in all respects for the degrees of Associates of Arts, Bachelor of Arts, Bachelor of Science, Bachelor of Science in Nursing, Masters of Science, Master of Business Administration, Post-Baccalaureate Certificate, Postmaster's Certificate, Doctor of Chiropractic, Doctor of Education, Doctor of Nursing Practice, Doctor of Nursing Practice, Family Nurse Practitioner, Doctor of Pharmacy, Doctor of Physical Therapy, Doctorate of Psychiatric Mental Health Pharmacy. Graduates, please stand.
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of DeUville College, I do hereby confer upon these degrees according to the department in which you have qualified with all the honors, privileges, and responsibilities pertaining thereunto. Graduates, please be seated.
I would like to now ask Andrea Press to join me on stage to assist with the introduction of graduates.
Presenting the degrees in nursing, Sydney Alton, magna cum laude. Rafaela Altruda Candefer. Alex Armbrust. Aaron Okra Asiado. Julie Elise Au, cum laude. Sandra Barrow. Miranda Lynn Bender. Maurice Birchie. Brooke Christine Blauwitz. Slobodan Bobby Boyich. Anna Bohnberg will assist in the presentation of the diploma to our next graduate, her daughter. Sarah R. Bohnberg. Alina Borwick, magna cum laude. Mary Brigante. Courtney Burns, cum laude. Andrew Edward Castellone. Rachel Catoy. Stephanie Chavez. Emily Mae Clark. Patrick M. Clark. Rebecca Lynn Clemens. Rachel Colin, cum laude. Nathan Corby. Amanda Danielle Cueto. Gabrielle Daniels, magna cum laude. Alexandria DeGuire. Rachel Delano. Autumn Loris Denning, magna cum laude. Fatima Ibrahim Diriek. Catherine Mochowski, magna cum laude. Jamie Grace Donnelly. Rachel Christine Donowick. Mary Dumagno. Igor Dursanova. Morgan Elizabeth Ebert. Janet Fairchild, cum laude. Shayna Fagans. Jillian Elise Ferrantino, magna cum laude. Delaney Lynn Finewood, magna cum laude. Emily Fitzpatrick, magna cum laude. Emily Lauren Fiocco, cum laude. Emma Lorraine Gaeta. Mariah Gall. Olivia Gale. Cameron John Gill. Brittany June Goodrich. Brittany Elizabeth Hale, cum laude. Brooke Marie Hendricks, magna cum laude. Kelly Hess. Alexis Taylor Hexamer, magna cum laude. Ragda Ahmed Hirsi. Ivan Huang, cum laude. Tanya Nicole Holland. Jessica Ann Husney, cum laude. Allison Inyola, cum laude. Margarita Inglima, cum laude. Jill Jelonic. Imari Johnson. Jessica Johnston. Catherine Karras, cum laude. Jenna Nicole Kosick, magna cum laude. Mariah Frances Keener, cum laude. Megan Elizabeth Kinnard. Anita Lucky LeCarber. Brooke E. Laxo, cum laude. Yasheda Lal. Victoria Landsman. Monica Nicole Lewicki. Shelby Rose Licht. Nicholas Lindstrom. Courtney Lowinger. Natalie Lubin, summa cum laude. Emma Young Macaretta. Hannah Rose Mahan, summa cum laude. Emily Jean Manich, cum laude. Marissa Marcotte. Teresa Martin. Mitchell Davin Mason. Lauren Ann Massini, cum laude. Maximilian Augustine Maurer, magna cum laude. Victoria Mayer, cum laude. Alexandria Rose McBride, cum laude. Peyton McCullough, cum laude. Hannah Mamidovic. Christy Mel, magna cum laude. Ethan Connor Monsher. Doris No. Bridget Nicole Orton. Savannah Pencil. Kristen Lee Peters. Carly Ann Pettit. Madeline Page Phillips. Haley Rose Porowski. Samantha Post, cum laude. Madeline Pribble. Anthony Pulio, summa cum laude. Joseph Coeledo, magna cum laude. Anna Quinlan, magna cum laude. Taylor Rabati, cum laude. Rachel Renee Rainey, cum laude. Kayla Marie Redmond. Joshua Reed. Nicole Taylor Russomano. Samantha Nicole Russick. Rebecca Claire Schneider, cum laude. Brianna Shalino, cum laude. Marielle Steebrock. Carly Ann Stock, magna cum laude. Jennifer Elizabeth Salai, magna cum laude. Osato Hamen Isabueta, Bachelor of Science in Nursing. Adib Tawakali. Austin Taylor, magna cum laude. Madeline Ann Torres. Maggie Elizabeth Valdez, summa cum laude. Callie Elizabeth Weber. Caitlin Marie Winkler. Samantha Josette Wawoda. This completes the graduation for this class. Congratulations to all the graduates.
I now present the candidates for the School of Pharmacy led by Dean Candia Marasco.
We'll now be presenting the degrees in Family Nurse Practitioner. Alicia Marianne Burke. Leanne Brittany Diorio. Danielle Edwards. Mallory Honaki. Courtney Intihar. Joanne Keek, magna cum laude. Tiffany Cladis, magna cum laude. Marissa Krizan. Jennifer Lynn Kurtz. Amanda Renee Lee. Shayna Mazgai. Roshia McCoy. Kelly Osmond. Kara Salmond. Kelly Ray Shea. Lisa Marie Trena, magna cum laude. Catherine Trowinski. Jordan Ray Verrill. Paige Elizabeth Vogel. Kayla Elizabeth Voss. Nicole Ashley Wagner. Caroline Catherine Weber. Claire Elizabeth Whitlinger. Presenting the degrees in psychiatric mental health nurse practitioner. Christina Barani, magna cum laude. Mary Elizabeth Furl, magna cum laude. Pallavi Kaur. Lakin Renee Latimer. Caitlin McHugh, summa cum laude. Alisa Murphy, magna cum laude. Rachel Rupert, summa cum laude. Melissa Spikes Archer. Presenting the degrees in nursing management and quality leadership. Tiffany Anderson, summa cum laude. Presenting the degrees in nursing education with a clinical focus. Julie Custer. With 2 degrees, postmaster certification, psychiatric mental health nurse practitioner, doctor of nursing practice, family nurse practitioner, Kuldeep Mann. Presenting the degrees in pharmacy, Zirak Ansari. Simona Armenti. George Bach. Sydney Blattner. Lindsay Brem, magna cum laude. Corinne Burns. Jamie Camilleri. Ming Quan Cao. Dupinder Dhaliwal. Husamuddin Dari. Natalie Asada. Mariel Genero. Haley Hammer. Andrea Janicki. Darmista Kohler. Emily M. Kopp. Aaron Krebs. Megan McGee. Molly Marciniak, magna cum laude. Isabella McCumber. Jacob Middaw. Madison Mortimer. Sandubi Mwakalinga. Ashley O'Leary. Stephen Olson. Patricia O'Neill. Julia Oswald. Preston Palmer. Gina Parlatura. Duvani Patel. Robin Shebley. Kendall Schmelke. Jordan Scott. Sarah Surwan. Nadia Shari. Dylan Van Dyne. Veronica Luisa Vasquez. Nicole Weiss, cum laude. Frank Joseph Wilhock. Congratulations to all the graduates.
President Clemo, I now present the candidates for the School of Health Professions, led by Dean Lisa Raffleson.
Presenting the degrees in liberal arts and science studies, Robert Wilkins. Ravina Kamalanathan. Simeon Samuel Hurd. Hayden Edward Ward. Presenting the degrees in anatomy, Shannon Ajamine Prempe, summa cum laude. Samantha Marie Susnowski. Angelia Amara Walker, summa cum laude. Presenting the degrees in biology, Erin Patricia Brady. Emily Brinkworth. Jason Den Hayes will assist in the presentation of the diploma to our next graduate, his daughter, Chloe Abigail Den Hayes, summa cum laude. Jeff Michael Dulanaka, Jr. Kayla Marie Golack, cum laude. Isabella Marie Luconia, summa cum laude. Mason McMullen, summa cum laude. Shannon Nicole Mest, summa cum laude. Brett Francis Nichols. Ariana Jordan Pandolfino, magna cum laude. Michelle Pham. Renato D. Quinones, summa cum laude. Emily Schrader, cum laude. Brittany Schreckengost. Yasmin Shabazz. Talia Wright. Matthew Edward Yale, cum laude. Presenting the degrees in business administration, Tiffany Dentis. Jasmine Foy. Teresa Ann Gelfo. Yasin Ahmed Mohammed. Presenting the degrees in business management, Wanye Bruce. Karine Ayman Fargali. Jacob Funderburk. Allison Marie Garris, magna cum laude. Faven Gebramariam. Matthew Gunther. Brandon Master. Tyreek Mims. Justin Rusick, magna cum laude. Tracy Ann Seifert, magna cum laude. Daniel Joseph Steck, cum laude. Aaron Sullivan. Megan Teresa Williams, summa cum laude. Presenting the degrees in chemistry, Berger Simon Conde. Caitlin Mary Massimi, magna cum laude. Mabrahit Meheratab. Presenting the degree in educational leadership, Uzo Efedibo. Presenting the degrees in English, Mariana Lynn Maniscalco. Presenting the degrees in international business, Shannon Quinn Stappenbeck, magna cum laude. Presenting the degrees in mathematics, Christopher Francis Pickett. Presenting the degrees in psychology, Braden Christopher Bova. Maria Annabella Couto. Halima Mustafa McBride. Presenting the degrees in physical therapy, Dr. Laura J. Bia. Dr. Peggy Jean Boyich, cum laude. Justin James Brackna. Thomas Jeffrey Brummer. Sean Michael Corp. Dylan E. Diederich. Gabrielle Jeanette Dimadet. Carly Marie Dempsey. Erica Vlasopoulos Dempson Nicolaitis. Shelley Nicole DiMartino. Mark Tyler Doney. Mary Catherine Duggan. Max Easton. Jacob Grabowski. Jessica Grabowski. Thomas Guetta. Dylan M. Hack. Dennis Joseph Hernandez. Juliana Hollister. Nicholas Joshua Holmes. Jacob Francis George Huff. Bridget Aileen Jordan. David Michael Keppel. Kaylin Kowalik. Stephen Joseph Cornelius. William Lang. Lauren Marie Lewandowski. Michael Robert Lewis. Travis English McCready's. Candace P. Mossage. Brianna Elizabeth McFall. Kyle James McNeil. Austin Meats. Christopher Naipaul. Thomas Michael O'Sullivan. Sarah Page. Alexander Octavian Pescaru. Hanisha Pradhan. Brock Preisel. Caleb Richards. Kerwin Ross. Ashley Lynn Seafried. Benjamin George Shaw. Zachary Clay Slayball. Jacob Spillane. Patrick Stroh. Jonathan Luis Torres. Justin Alexander Torres. William Van Auken. Jeremy Vandeloot Garden. Jason Wilson. Presenting the degrees in chiropractic, Crystal Lynn Cabrera. Presenting the degrees in exercise and sports studies, Douglas Coleman, cum laude. Marcus Christopher Delgazo, magna cum laude. Nicole Ducarme, magna cum laude. Mackenzie K. Gardner. Michael Paul Gerland. Helen Page Gibson, cum laude. Patrick Michael Hosterman, cum laude. Timothy David Jackson, cum laude. Lucas Andrew Klimek, summa cum laude. Derek Johann Mergenthaler, magna cum laude. Zachary Christopher Pilata, summa cum laude. Callie Repent. Emma Rizzo. Brian Paul Sharp, cum laude. Megan Lynette Taylor, summa cum laude. Samantha Marie Tice, summa cum laude. Tiana M. Wizarek, cum laude. Brandon Yax. Jordan Zimmerman. Presenting the degrees in Health Administration, Theo Herman. Kimberly Ann Kajoka. Seraphine Sargent. Jasmine Philkoff. Stephen Harris. Kimberly Ann Hoyt Follerone. Ann Elizabeth Perry. Alyssa Catherine Diamond. Georgina Holmes. Tajay Johnson. Ali Kadara. Dana R. Reeves. Jamaica Williams. Presenting the degrees in Occupational Therapy, Chance Mackenzie Alexson, magna cum laude. Julie Milagros Araujo. Amanda Avery, summa cum laude. Katerina Berry, cum laude. Ruby Beltran. Ariana Berrigan, summa cum laude. Tiffany Bay, cum laude. Angeli Marie Berkman, magna cum laude. Mary Ann Louise Blackley, cum laude. Catherine Agnes Brooks, magna cum laude. Adriana M. Brown. Timothy Waldo Casey, magna cum laude. Kayla Solinsky, cum laude. Lilian Micaela Cutrera, cum laude. Eliza Joy Revilla de Armas, magna cum laude. Melissa Diana, cum laude. Mary DiGiacomo, cum laude. Jenna Louise Donati, magna cum laude. Jacqueline Drake, cum laude. Madeline Evelyn Elliott, cum laude. Hannah Nicole Estimer, magna cum laude. Alina Ioto, magna cum laude. Kathleen Rose Fisher, magna cum laude. Emily Kathleen Flowers, summa cum laude. Sasha Nicole Fowler, magna cum laude. Haley Gallagher, summa cum laude. Grace Marlene Graziano, summa cum laude. Alexander Philip Guastafero, summa cum laude. Mallory Ann Henry, summa cum laude. Autumn Nicole Rose Hogan, summa cum laude. Wendy Huang, summa cum laude. Tara Christine Hunt, summa cum laude. Megan Hilkema, summa cum laude. Carolyn Kaufman. Morgan Somerset Lehman, magna cum laude. Ashley Len, cum laude. Alyssa Erin Lenhart, magna cum laude. Marissa Lombard. Rachel Marie Luzak, summa cum laude. Colleen Marie McAndrews, magna cum laude. Brittany Ashley Nathan, cum laude. Michelle Nguyen, magna cum laude. Julia Catherine Noonan, summa cum laude. Rachel Ann Orchahowski, summa cum laude. Emma Mary Overfield, cum laude. Jessica Page, magna cum laude. Victoria Ann Perino, cum laude. Marissa Piliteri, magna cum laude. Kimberly Lynn Roberts, magna cum laude. Victoria Ann Rotzer, magna cum laude. Emily Rose Seiler, magna cum laude. Callie Ann Sherbino, magna cum laude. Catherine Levon Snyder, magna cum laude. Brittany Sodsma, summa cum laude. Abigail Rose Spear, magna cum laude. Madison Taylor Terillian, magna cum laude. DeLeon Thomas, magna cum laude. Grace Marie Tychinsky, summa cum laude. Elizabeth Tetzel, magna cum laude. Gabriela Maria Vacante, cum laude. Kyla Villarroya, summa cum laude. Tiffany Verre, magna cum laude. Brian Robleski. Jessica Whirl, cum laude. Howard Yu. Morgan Zakes. Presenting the degrees in nutrition and dietetics, Chanel Nicole Bell. Whitney Brooks. Stephanie Dole Deming, summa cum laude. Giovanna Angelina Gaspar, magna cum laude. Ashley Louise Jackson, cum laude. Catherine Carly Lincourt, summa cum laude. Hannah Lynn Mitchell, magna cum laude. Nick Navarro. Melinda Newberry, cum laude. Alyssa Pisani, cum laude. Emily Jean Shoup, magna cum laude. Casey Ann Sullivan, cum laude. Catherine Ann Tomasco, cum laude. Presenting the degrees in physician assistant, Cedrice Howard, magna cum laude. Alicia Seal, magna cum laude. Andrew Patrick Tantello. Presenting the degrees in public health, Connor Allman. Congratulations to all the graduates.
As a final ceremonial tradition, the turning of the tassel on the graduation cap acknowledges the conferral of degrees. To signify achievement of baccalaureate status in the academic community, I now ask all bachelor and joint bachelor degree recipients to raise and share in the ceremony. Graduates, please move your tassel from right to left. I now ask the rest of our graduates to stand as well. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you graduates from the class of 2020 and the class of 2021. Congratulations.
Thank you, President Clemo. Let me offer my own personal congratulations as well. I would now like to ask Todd Potter, a 2012 graduate and president of the Alumni Association, to the podium to formally welcome and induct our new graduates into the Duville Alumni Association. Todd.
Good evening. It is my honor to be here this evening, not only as a proud alumni, but as the president of the Duville Alumni Association. You know, my story is a little bit different than Senator Kennedy's. I didn't really have any expectations when I was applying to colleges. I sent out an email to all of the Buffalo schools telling them I wanted to play volleyball after high school, and Duville just happened to be the only one who responded. And that's how I ended up here. But when I got to Duville, I realized it was so much more than just a small private institution where I was going to be playing Division III volleyball. While here, I was an orientation assistant. I worked in the Connections office, which sits where the Student Success Center currently is. My mentor is the one who convinced me to go to law school, and Dr. Barno is the one who helped me master the logic section of the LSATs. Duville is really whatever you want it to be. And I hope that you look back on your time here as fondly as I do. So today, as we celebrate this incredibly special occasion, we're celebrating your accomplishments, past, present, and future, continuing to contribute to the rich history of Duville. The Alumni Association provides a vital link between over 20,000 alumni and the institution through our alumni events, career networking, philanthropic support, and reunions, which we encourage you to take advantage of. However, there is another responsibility that comes with being part of this association. So if I may, I want to give you one final assignment. As a proud alum, tell the story of Duville, about the caring community that you had, the opportunity to be a part of. Tell others about the opportunities to learn from faculty scholars, to participate in research, internships, clinical placements, athletics, to be in a place where the faculty knows your name. Tell them this story with a grateful and open heart, letting them know that Duville provided you the opportunity to make an impact not only while you were here, but now in the world. So now it is my distinct honor to officially induct you into the Duville Alumni Association. On behalf of all Duville alumni, we welcome with great pride the classes of 2020 and 2021. We look forward to seeing you, hearing from you, and learning about your lives after Duville. Don't forget to share the Duville story with all those you meet across the globe. It is now, after all, your story. Congratulations. Go Saints.
Todd, at this point, I'd like to invite back to the podium President Clemo to deliver her congratulatory address to our new alumni. Dr. Clemo.
Wow, what a fantastic afternoon and a beautiful evening to be with all of you. Before I begin, I'd like to take a moment to thank everyone that made this incredible event possible, beginning with Kim and Terry Pagula and the entire PSC executive team for their support and trust in Duville's ability to host commencement in the stadium. The Buffalo Bills organization, including the operations and eventsment team who have gone out of their way to accommodate us, the governor's office and the New York State and Erie County health departments who assisted in setting health protocols, Duville's own Vital Pharmacy, Doctors Mike McAvoy and Joe Bellavia, for leading the COVID testing efforts supporting this event. The full production team, who did an amazing job of transforming the football stadium into our commencement venue. All of the beautiful vocalists who entertained us here today. Duville's entire Public Ceremonies Committee, led by Nate Martin, VP for Operations, and all others that are listed in your program, as well as the many others from across the campus who assisted with today. I also would like to thank our trustees and special guests, including Senator Tim Kennedy, Assemblyman John Rivera, Dr. Catherine Collins, and Honoree Dr. Sherry McDonough. Finally, thank you to our faculty and staff who on a daily basis show their unwavering support and commitment to our students. As you can see, it took an army of people, many of whom were volunteers, to help us with this important ceremony. Please join me in thanking all of them. Well, graduates, we are minutes away from the grand finale. It's now time for you to leave this place and step into society. A society that eagerly awaits your energy, excitement, and your inner genius. So as a parting salutation, I'd like to reflect upon the last 1.5 years and reinforce the high points of your unprecedented final stretch. Because amidst the chaos has been much progress. Amidst the sorrow also lies moments of positivity. These are the times that made me proud of you, and it is these moments that I encourage you to never forget. So let's review. At the beginning of March 2020, something really extraordinary happened. Nearly the entire world decided to shut down their social and economic systems in order to preserve human life. Politicians and businesses, citizens and trade unions, the whole mass of collective actors made this decision. And as a result, the vast majority of humanity was subject to its consequences. However, you, the classes of 2020 and 2021, are the thinkers and doers who persisted to overcome the incredible obstacles necessary to arrive at this moment today. Hit by the worst health crisis in a lifetime, you both individually and collectively sprung from the sidelines and decided to become power hitters. Everyone was influenced by the global shutdown, but most of us shrugged at this challenge. I will always remember how you, one by one, stepped forward to graduate early. You signed up to treat patients. You showed up at the wards. You volunteered at testing sites. And you continue to work in the vaccine clinics so that you can help heal and comfort communities. The training you received to reduce pain and suffering and improve the well-being of others inherently kicked in. Many of you had essential skills, and our society desperately needed your skills. Seeing you jump out into the world and offer help was a serious moment of pride for me, and it is one that I hope you never forget. And then the inequalities of our world made themselves dramatically felt. The situation was weighing heavy on everyone, and at times we could not, as a nation, even seem to hold it together. However, none of that struck you as surprising. I will always remember how you jump-started the conversations on campus to combat inequity by celebrating inclusion and expanding opportunity. You displayed for the world Duville's love of others by creating a pride mural, a Black Lives Matter mural, the creation of the Center for Cultural Engagement, and by developing new scholarship opportunities for students of color. These were all student-driven initiatives, and the fact that you cared enough to push for them when everyone else was down was a considerable moment of pride for me. Out of great challenge and fear, You consoled and provided hope to others, and it is that leadership that I encourage you to never forget. While the exact consequences of the pandemic were uncertain and remain so today, you found ways to elevate our spirits and maintain a positive identity. I've come to know that over DeUville's illustrious history, we were once known as the Red Devils. At some point in time, that identity changed to the Spartans. And then in the spring of 2020, a second evolution moved us from the Spartans to the Saints, in alignment to your athletic advancement from Division III to Division II, as well as in honor of our patroness saint, St. Marguerite DeUville. How timely was that shift? In the midst of a crisis, you truly were saints. Saints to our community and the people you served. By definition, a saint is a person recognized as holy or virtuous, celebrated as a kind or patient person, someone with proof of a life of heroic virtue. By name, Saint, which is short for St. Theolomew DeUville I, is one of two adorable puppies that many of you raised to become cuddly 200-pound dogs that bring enormous comfort and hope to our campus and your peers. Seeing you take ownership over our two new mascot companions was a significant moment of pride for me, and it is an experience that I hope you never forget as you grow old. Finally, when the economic hardships of COVID-19 were negatively impacting personal finance and college enrollment, you stepped up to this challenge. Your Student Government Association immediately donated $20,000 back to the college, $10,000 for direct student relief, and $10,000 for general institutional support against the enrollment declines. This very generous act showed a high level of maturity, which was inspiring to me and many others on my cabinet. Seeing this fiscal responsibility and dedication to DeUville among the SGA was so impactful. It was a serious moment of pride for me and is one that I will always remember you for. However, we must stay focused in maintaining the perspective that I know we have all accepted now. The pandemic is and always has been larger than us. Communities across the globe are battling poverty, unemployment, mental and emotional stress, poor health care, failing schools, racism, discrimination, and environmental destruction. As a graduate, it is your time to take on these challenges. Irrespective of your field of study, and no matter what direction your career takes you, you will always be a member, a stakeholder in a community. As a DeUville graduate, you have a responsibility to continue improving the well-being of the places you live. And based upon your actions over the past year and a half, I have strong confidence in you. Please do not only remember these moments of pride, which I shared with you today, but leverage them and never stop building upon the solid foundation that you made here at DeUville. The COVID-19 pandemic will eventually subside. However, it will long be remembered in history as having been a test for humanity. I encourage you to never forget the progress and positivity you created amidst the chaos. Continue to get up every morning with a smile on your face and always remember that you are a COVID power hitter. Once a saint, always a saint. You are a game changer for fighting for social good. And so, as your final assignment, I ask you to continue to help DeUville anticipate the future and be ready to shape it. A trend that we are now watching closely is how the pandemic has unfairly impacted high school graduates in their college enrollment. Graduates of high poverty, low income, and urban high schools were hit the hardest, seeing a nearly 30% drop in college enrollment last year. That means for many, the lifelong dream of higher education, just like the journey you are finishing today, was crushed. And worse, the ladder to social mobility, continued education, remains out of reach for those individuals that would normally have gone to college. Given that we know educational attainment is a clear predictor of income and opportunity, I challenge you to positively influence one person's development in a way that encourages them to carry on and persist. In response to this challenge, we have enclosed a wonderful opportunity in your celebration box. The opportunity is for both you and someone else. However, you need to activate it. So I ask each of you to rally for a better tomorrow and a more just tomorrow by passing along the enclosed certificate in your graduation box to a promising high school student that may need your support. The certificate will provide a free summer college preparation program to a student that is undecided about going to college. It is a symbol of our trust and commitment to you to be able to know a saint when you see one. As a society, it is time to bounce back. Give the certificate to someone as a catalyst for paying it forward and helping encourage someone to follow in your footsteps. Because as Malcolm X so compellingly reminds us, education is the passport to the future, for tomorrow belongs to those who prepare for it today. To the class of 2020 and the class of 2021, we will miss you, but we will forever be proud of the legacy you leave. Congratulations, good luck, and Godspeed. So graduates, if you have not opened up your boxes, please we have a special certificate for you, but also something else. For those guests who cannot see what they are opening, it is a commemorative Commencement 21 jerseys made in the style of the Buffalo Bills jerseys. Wear it proudly as a reminder of this night and your time at DeUville. Thank you.
I would now like to invite Board of Trustees member and class of 1971 and 2014 alumna, Dr. Dolores Gata Presnia, to offer our benediction.
I would also like to offer my heartfelt congratulations to all of our graduates, both from the class of 2020 and the class of 2021. We could not be happier to call you our newest alums. Let us pray. Kind and loving God, thank you for this glorious day and for these graduates and their families. Continue to shower your blessings on all who have gathered here and walk with them on their journey ahead. As we depart tonight, let us do so with joy-filled hearts and delight in your creation. And as we move forward, we humbly ask that our lives be filled with good health, great love, and abundant blessings. All of this we ask in your name, amen.
I'd like to offer thanks to all the families and guests for joining us tonight for our May commencement ceremony. Congratulations once again for your outstanding achievement. As we recess from the ceremony today, we request that all guests please remain in your seats until the graduates have left the field. And please, per New York State and NFL requirements, please exit the stadium immediately following the student procession. I would like to ask Dr. Arbarno to the stage to formally close our commencement.
Thank you, John. And good luck to you, our newest graduates. President Clemo, at this time, I declare the 2021 May commencement exercises of DeUville College closed.
I didn't forget you, Saint. How could I? Many of all of you know our mascot, Saint. He's quickly become a main attraction at Duville and a huge part of our identity. He is, after all, quite literally a saint. Please help me welcome Saint to the stage. Saint, your dedication to our community and to all our students is unrivaled, and over the past year, you have been here and have changed the lives of so many people. By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of Duville College and by the group of Saint sitters who lovingly care for our adorable mascot, I do hereby confer to you, Saint Theolomew Duville I, the degree of Doctorate of Canine Letters, honoris causa, with all the rights, privileges, and honors pertaining thereon. Although a diploma may be as exciting as a handful of treats, please know it is a great honor to have you in our doghouse. I ask that you be invested with this hood to signify your degree. Congratulations, Saint.
Hold up. President Clemo, timeout on the field. You know, when we started our ceremony today, we talked about how this was not going to be a typical commencement conventional ceremony. And these students, these past 2 years, they've been through so much, we simply cannot end with just a simple procession. We're at Highmark Stadium, the home of the Buffalo Bills. Our heroes and legends played here. Bruce Smith, Jim Kelly, Thurman Thomas, Andre Reed, and so many others. They've given us so many great memories. This is also the home of our new stars, Josh Allen, Stephon Diggs, and our current Buffalo Bills, AFC East Division champions who came so close this past year and are poised to make another run this year. On a field like this, on a night like tonight, after a grand commencement ceremony, we need to end in a way that fits this celebration and creates one more golden memory. And maybe it makes us all want to cheer. Maybe it makes us all want to shout.
The Bills make me wanna shout. Kick your heels up and shout. Throw your hands up and shout. Throw your head back and shout. Come on now, the Bills are making it happen now. Stand up now, come on and shout. Yeah, 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 yeah. Say you will. Shout it right now, baby. Say you will. Come on, come on. Say you will. Come on and shout. Say you will. Yeah. Buffalo's happening now. We're on the move now. The Bills are happening now. They're making it happen now. We got the spirit, a lot of spirit, yeah. We got the spirit. Just watch it happen now. Hey, 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 hey. Let's go Buffalo. Let's go Buffalo. Let's go Buffalo. Let's go Buffalo. bills make me wanna throw your head back and throw your hands up and kick your heels up and come on now. The bills are making it happen now. Stand up now, come on and shout. Yeah, 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 yeah. Say you will. Shout it right now, baby. Say you will. Yeah. Buffalo's happening now. We're on the move now. The bills are happening now. They're making it happen now. You got the spirit. You got the spirit. Just watch it happen now. Hey, 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 let's go Buffalo. 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 Let's go. The bills make me wanna shout. Thank you guys. Thank you very much. Great job. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone, for joining us tonight. Please exit toward the rear. Congrats once again, graduates, and drive home safe.
All the shorties in the club, let me see you just back it up, drop it down, let me see you just get low, scrub the ground, let me see you just push it up, let me see you just wobble, baby, wobble, baby, wobble, baby, wobble, yeah. Wobble, baby, wobble, baby, wobble, baby. That's right, DJ Milk back in the house. Wobble, baby, wobble, I love y'all, Newville. Congratulations, graduates 2020, 2021. That's right, we're gonna have a quick party though. Let's go. Hey, big girl, make a bag it up. Make a bag it up. You know what time it is, Buffalo! Newville has graduated. Let's go! Congratulations to all of the graduates. 2021, 2020, let's go!
It's like Congos, man. I'm shaking
Let's go, DJ Milk.
The haters blue in the face like Gonzo. Cause I'm breaking the cake, so let's bang. I'm taking the game's mine. Yeah, I witnessed the change, it's my time. Yeah, I'm new to the game, but y'all might wanna say you whack raps, they like saving time.
Get home safely.
Y'all looking at something like a true player. A girl told me that a man that can dance might could possibly get down with the tool in his pants.
Congratulations, let's
let me see
go.
it vibrate. And when it's over, you ain't gonna need your bird. Cause I'm a pro, make you bend your back low, then the pounder real bad, just like the percolate.
Wobble, baby, wobble, baby, wobble, baby, wobble. Yeah. That's right. Wobble, baby, wobble, this is your day. You did it. That's right. You did it. Congratulations. Get it now.
want to give a big shout out to the Duville staff. Thank you for having us. We appreciate you. DJ Milk, DJ Yes. Let's go.